In this video, I am going to break down 5 typical first half goal betting mistakes that are quietly draining your bankroll and show you how to identify where the bookmakers have mispriced the probability of an early goal. And by the end of this video, you will have a clear process to ensure you are only placing wagers when the value is firmly in your favor. The first mistake that most bettors make is backing a first half goal right at kickoff. This is the most common newbie style error for anyone starting out because it feels like the safest time to be in the market since you have the full 45 minutes for a goal to land. What this mistake represents is a total lack of price discipline and an ignorance of market efficiency. Why it matters is that at kickoff, the market is incredibly efficient. The odds for over 0.5 first half goals usually sit around 1.35 or 1.40, which means you're risking a large portion of your stake to win a very small profit. What most bettors do wrong is paying for the feeling of safety rather than the reality of value. How you should approach this correctly is by waiting for the price drift. You want to let the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game pass while the score remains 0-0. As the clock ticks, the odds will rise in a predictable way. From experience, we know that by waiting until approximately the 23rd minute, the odds for a goal will often reach 2.0 or evens. This allows you to secure a much higher return for the exact same amount of risk. You are essentially cutting out the feeling out period of a match and only putting your capital to work when the reward matches the statistical expectation of the game's tempo. Now the next one is really important, and that is betting on traditional high street bookmaker apps instead of using a betting exchange. What this mistake represents is the failure to choose the right professional environment for your capital. Why it matters is that traditional bookmakers are in the business of winning, not paying out consistent winners. If you show any kind of long-term profitability, or if you are successfully exploiting an edge like the one we are discussing, it won't be long before they limit your stakes or shut your account down entirely. Furthermore, they bake a heavy profit margin into their odds, meaning you are essentially starting every wager at a massive mathematical disadvantage. What most bettors do wrong is choosing convenience and colorful interfaces over professional margins. How you should approach this correctly is by using an exchange like Betfair. On an exchange, you're betting against other punters, not the house, so they have no reason to ban you for being profitable. In fact, they want you to succeed because they just take a small commission on your wins. The odds are almost always significantly better on an exchange, which is vital for your long-term success. Getting your platform right is the difference between building a sustainable process and being treated like a casual gambler. On the exchange, you also have the keep and play feature, which allows you to set your price of 2.0 before the game even starts and let the market mechanics do the work for you. By the way, if you like videos like this and want to see more on this subject, remember to click the like button. It tells YouTube to send you more of this kind of content. And while you are there, you should hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss a system or strategy video. Now the third one is something most bettors completely overlook, and that is betting based on pre-match stats alone without verifying the live tempo. What this mistake represents is ignoring the eye test and live data in favor of historical averages. Why it matters is that pre-match data can tell you that a team averages a lot of goals, but it cannot tell you if the players are having an off day or if the match has settled into a tactical deadlock. Most bettors see a game reach odds of 2.0 and blindly jump in just because the stats looked good that morning on a spreadsheet. Out of curiosity actually, do you find the first half goals an easy market to predict, or one you stay away from? Leave a comment below, it will be interesting to hear from you about this. Anyway, how you approach this correctly is by using hard in-play filters to separate the live games from the dead ones. You should only enter the market if the match passes 2 non-negotiable rules. First, you must see that at least one shot on target has been registered by the time you are looking to enter. Second, you want to see that the expected goals, or XG, has reached a total of at least 0.5. This verifies that high-quality chances are actually being created and the teams aren't just passing the ball sideways in midfield. If a game reaches the 23rd minute with 0 shots on target and a measly 0.1 XG, you simply walk away. You are looking for evidence of a goal, not just the hope of one. By the way guys, if you want to find the best first half a goal bets instantly, the Statto app is a brilliant research accelerator. Instead of manually scanning dozens of matches and trying to track every XG stat yourself, you simply press the relevant prompt and let the artificial intelligence do the heavy lifting for you. It automates the entire research process, allowing you to build a professional shortlist before the matches start so you know which games are actually worth watching for potential in-play first half bets. Click the link in the description or or scan the QR code on the screen to download and get going. Moving on, and this next mistake catches a lot of bettors out, and that is selecting games for the first half market without checking the full match goal environment. What this mistake represents is the failure to anchor your prediction in the overall match context. Why it matters is that a first half goal is simply the first segment of a high scoring game. If the market does not expect multiple goals in the match overall, the probability of an early goal drops away sharply. Most beators look only at first half percentages, ignoring the bigger picture of the match's tactical DNA. I learned this the hard way during my transition to a more data-driven process. Every time I've ignored this rule and just gone with my gut, it never ends well in the longer term. I might catch some lucky wins, but inevitably I end up taking bad value bets by going by the vibes rather than following actual data. Anyway, how you should approach this correctly is by using a primary filter. Only consider matches where the Betfair over 2.5 goals price is 1.80 or lower. This tells you that the market expects a strong overall goal environment. If the price for 3 goals is above 2.10, it indicates a low tempo or defensive match where an early goal is structurally less likely. By ensuring the full match is expected to be high scoring, you are dramatically increasing your probability of seeing that first goal land before the halftime whistle. You are aligning your wager with the tactical intent of the teams. And finally, the last mistake, and honestly, the most impactful insight of the entire video, is misunderstanding goal timing and the impact of modern added time. What this lesson is about is the failure to realize how the maths of the game has shifted in recent seasons. Why it matters is that casual bettors often panic if a goal hasn't arrived by the 35th minute, thinking the half is nearly over and their bet is lost. However, modern football now regularly sees 4 to 7 minutes of added time per half. A 45-minute half is now effectively a 50-plus minute half. Most historical models that the bookmakers use are still anchored to a 45-minute assumption, but that extra 5 minutes is a massive scoring window that isn't always fully reflected in the drifting price. Professionals exploit this by waiting for the price to rise later into the half, knowing that the true time remaining is much longer than the clock suggests. How you should approach this correctly is by maintaining your discipline even late in the half. If the XG is building and the shots on target are frequent, the scoring window is actually expanding. By using the keep and play feature on an exchange, you can set your desired price and walk away, allowing the mechanical drift to match your wager at a point where the value is at its absolute peak. You are using the evolution of the game and modern officiating to gain a mathematical edge over static models. And like I said earlier guys, hours of manual research and trying to calculate these XG benchmarks and timing profiles yourself are no longer necessary if you want to professionalize your approach. Statto dramatically speeds up the process by providing structured betting insights instantly. It handles the heavy lifting of data analysis, scanning the globe to find those specific spots where the first half goal is structurally likely and the price offers a genuine professional advantage. You can use Statto before the matches start to build a short list of games that might become good in play opportunities later, once you see that tempo building on the pitch. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now to see how the artificial intelligence can accelerate your research and sharpen your edge. It really is a serious upgrade for any football bettor who wants to move away from the feeling of the game and start using a disciplined, data-led process. I really hope this deep dive into typical first half goal mistakes has shown you that consistency comes from structure and price discipline, not just guessing where the goals will be. When you stop chasing kickoff prices and start matching your selections with the actual tactical tempo of the game, your results will naturally follow. Thank you so much for watching and for your time today. Remember to hit that like button, it tells YouTube to show you more of this kind of content. As always, we have many more videos just as good as this one for you to check out. And there is actually another video on the screen right now that I think you'll find very useful if you want to keep building your knowledge and sharpening your edge. Go ahead and click that and I'll see you over there.